Welcome once again. Welcome once again. Let's start in a comfortable seated position. Just welcome yourself here with a few big, deep breaths in and out through your nose. Big breath to begin. Notice the sensations of breathing. Just stay really, really close to what it feels like to take breath in. Maybe there's a little pause at the top. You exhale. What does it feel like to completely, fully exhale? Notice all of the various qualities of your breath in and your breath out. Temperature, texture, length, reach, depth, connection of breath movement to movement in your body. Trace with your attention the feeling of breath coming in, the feeling of breath coming out, and sit with that space. Sit with that little period of pause, quiet stillness in between inhale and exhale. Take another 2 or 3 breaths. Notice any patterns of holding, any little pockets of just kind of habitual, familiar tension, tightness. Notice any and all sensations of change in your breath from a couple of minutes ago. Okay, so we'll come to the end of exhalation. Let your eyes just softly, slowly float open. And let's come from your seat to all fours. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, elbows down, hips to your heels, child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees. It feels good to arch a tiny bit. You could arch a little bit, cow pose. Exhale, elbows to the floor, hips to your heels. The last two. And inhale, all fours. Exhale, cat back. Inhale, cow pose or neutral spine. Exhale, cat back arch. 3 more breaths like that. Inhale. Arch up. Give a little push back if that feels nice to just get a little longer from shoulders to sit bones. Do another breath or two. Good. Okay. Let me get rid of my exhaust. Palms planted, maybe a little wide, maybe fingers turned slightly outward. Do what you need to do for your shoulders. Come to a high push-up position. Hold and breathe. Take one more breath. One more breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push the palms. You bring your feet up a little bit if you like. We will go back into high push-up positions. You could stay a little bit longer. A little bit more distance between hands and feet. Longer stance. Inhale, high push-up position. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, toes back, pull your heart forward. Good, and then a knees down push-up. So I like to get my hands a little more underneath my shoulders, so a little closer to my chest rather than up under my shoulders, a little further down. And then just push your palms straight down, keep your elbows in tight, close ribbed, push up from the floor. Curl your toes under, downward facing dog. Be in a normal stance, distance between hands and feet. Good. Let's do that one more time. So if you want to step back a little bit, shift forward, high push-up position, come down. Really warm in the shoulders, right? Toes back, elbows in, heart forward. Shoulders back and down, shoulder blades in, right? Then just slide the palms down a hair, elbows pointed more up toward the ceiling. Push straight down to come up. Closer to knees down, downward facing dog. And then come in a little closer than you would normally with your feet, so that you could maybe bring heels a little closer, be bent in your knees if you like, but reach right hand across to left ankle and turn. You can really just sort of hang with just a little bit of a pull from the right hand and a push into the left palm. Let gravity help with this little bit of a rotation. Another breath or two. Left arm strong, left shoulder very strong. Feel the support there. Go back to both hands. Both hands press equally. Lift both sit bones equally. Push both heels down equally. Let's come across left hand, right ankle. Downward facing dog twist. Another breath or two. Both palms forward. Downward facing dog, short stance, downward facing dog. Take one more breath. Exhale. Shift forward, knees to the floor, wide, big toes together. Hips to your heels, arms down alongside you. Take a couple of breaths in child's pose, rest. And from there, all fours, back to all fours. Take right toes back, take left toes back. Take the left leg, lift. Feel everything fire up a little bit more strongly. Put left foot on the floor. Feel your 2 feet, feel the support of all 4 limbs again, and then lift your right leg. Bring right foot back to the floor. Press back into downward facing dog. One big breath in downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward. Bring heels under hips. From Uttanasana, be here for a breath. Full forward fold, Uttanasana. And then inhale, roll up through your spine to come up to stand. Just nice and slow. There's a lot of upside down, so give yourself a minute. Yeah, feel your head a little bit brighter, head a little bit clearer, a little bit more bright. Okay. With inhalation, take your arms forward. Lift your heels. Exhale, lower heels, lower your arms. Do that 4 more times. Nice and slow. Good. Land your heels, lower your arms, and then just reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, step back, right foot, lunge pose. Come up to lunge pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, palms to the floor, high push-up position. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Inhale, heart forward. Shoulders back, elbows in, shoulders down. Find that planting of your palms again. Slide palms down a little bit. Push. And then hips back, curl your toes under. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come back to the top, half forward fold. Step back, left foot. Lunge pose. Inhale, come up. Inhale. Exhale, palms to the floor, high push-up position. Take a breath in. At any time, if you want to lower to your knees, drop your knees, but lower all the way down. Exhale. Inhale again, chest forward, elbows in, shoulders down. Palms next to chest, elbows in, push. And hips back, curl your toes under. Downward facing dog. Good. Look forward. And you bring your left foot up between your hands, and then turn your back foot to flat. And then bring your arms up, warrior one. Take a breath in. Exhale, warrior two. You know, a lot of reconfiguring of feet to get warrior two. Do what you need to do. Legs, feet, arms, reach. Inhale, exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle pose, forearm to knee. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Good. And then come back to warrior one. Arms raised. Orient yourself a little more to the front of your mat. And then find the floor with your hands. Get on the ball of the back foot. Slide back left foot, high push-up position. Take a breath. Lower your knees if you want to. A few more of these coming up. So just modify when you want to modify. Low back bend. Slide palms down a bit, push the floor. Downward facing dog. Right foot between your hands. Left foot to flat. And now come up. Big breath in on the exhale, warrior two. Big breath in here. Inhale, exhale, reverse. Inhale. 3 rounds of these dancing warriors. Nice and easy. The amount of effort that's right for you. Inhale. Bring both arms forward and up overhead. Go back a little bit out with my right foot. Exhale, reach for the floor. Right foot back. High push-up position. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, low back bend. Exhale here. Slide palms down a little bit, push the floor. Downward facing dog. One more breath here. Look forward, walk back to the top. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, come up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms to your heart. Arms by your sides, mountain pose. Take a breath here. Standing balance, tree pose. Not tree pose. Of course, tree pose is the first thing that automatically just falls out of my mouth. Standing balance. Eagle pose. Eagle pose tonight. Eagle pose. 5 breaths, 8 breaths, 10 breaths. Do what you can do. Challenge yourself to do all that you can do. Eagle pose. I'm going to start on my left foot. Drop back, lift, cross. Use the floor if I want to use the floor. And soft gaze, relax face. Two more breaths here. I'm going to go 8. Do what you want to do. Oh, that's why. Okay, and that standing leg, hold a little more of your weight. You sit back a little lower. And then once you come out, you get back into your 2 feet, relax your arms, let your breath return. Let your breath return to that more balanced, right in the mid-range of comfortable breath. And then when you're ready to switch legs, back into your little lean back. You can wrap the toes. I think if you can wrap the foot and just keep everything there wrapped and kind of firmly bound together, it helps with stability. But of course you can use the floor, big toe to the floor. Or if your foot is floating, keep some energy in that foot. So it's not just kind of hanging weight. And then opposite cross of arms. Round the upper back, reach the arms away from your chest, reach up, reach out with your arms, drop your chin. Release when you're ready to release stand in mountain pose. Breath returns to homeostasis. Let the breath return. Take one more. And Mr. Kitty Pot's in. Okay, wide feet. Forward fold, wide feet. And another couple of breaths here. Good. And come back up to stand. Lift yourself back to upright, bring your feet back in together. And then bring your hands together behind you, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back, extend down through your elbows. Little bit of an upper body back bend, right? Shoulder flexion, shoulders back. Take one more breath. Oh. Release that. Let's do one more. One more. Arms up overhead with a breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, high push-up position. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, heart forward. Stay through the exhale. And once more, push the floor. Child's pose from here. So hips back, keep your knees where they are, go a little wider if you like. I think Mr. Kitty. Okay, and then let's come to forearms. We'll do dolphin pose. We'll do kind of a little walk forward, like a little prep for forearm stand. Walk the feet back, walk the feet forward, walk the feet back. Start on your forearms. Make a nice connection of forearm, outer wrist, outer hands. Fingers interlaced. And your bottom pinky, whatever pinky is on the bottom, when you interlace your fingers, tuck that pinky inside the palm. Just tuck it inside so it's not, so your weight isn't just kind of crushed into that outer finger. And then elbows under shoulders, drop your head, the weight of your head fall, curl your toes under, push your feet, push your elbows, forearms, outer hands, outer wrists, dolphin pose. Take 4 or 5 breaths here. If it feels nicer for your neck to look down at your mat rather than at the wall behind you, shift your head a little bit and just kind of feel where you're most comfortable position for head and neck are here. You're asking for your shoulders to get a lot more open. You're asking for more space in your shoulders by using the support of your forearms to open your chest and find some strength and support in your upper back. So it might aggravate your neck a little more to look back. It might release a little bit if you look more down. And then drop your knees. Child's pose again, or you could just sit back on your feet. Good. One more breath. Dolphin pose, right? This time, can you just get a sense for like how high you are lifted in your sit bones and your tailbone? Maybe look down. That feels better on your neck. And then keep length from elbows through shoulders, up through side rib cage, up through the length of your spine, and walk your hips up over your shoulders. And then walk back. So a lot of flexion in the fronts of your hips as you come forward. If you need to bend your knees a lot, bend your knees a lot. Bring your hips toward over your shoulders, stack, and then walk your feet back. Do that once more. And then drop back, drop knees wide, hips to heels. Release your head, release your neck. If you want to turn your head one side, you can turn your head one side. A couple of breaths that way, and then turn your head the other direction. Okay, good. That's hard. That's hard to come up without losing the extension in your back, right? It's real easy to come forward and really start to round in and lose that stacking, that alignment there. So that's good work, good strong work in your shoulders. If you have a block and you want to play with having the block with flat palms, elbows on the floor, flat palms. Here, we're just going to hold the plank pose, okay? So, can you flatten your palms? You're trying to ask your forearms to roll a little bit inward toward the floor, toward each other, to keep that happening with your hands, to keep your palms flat, right? With your elbows on the floor, even more so than in downward facing dog, strong tendency of everything to want to go bloop. And you could do that. You could do plank pose with the backs of your hands on the floor. Just come in and go back into the balls of your feet. Lift your knees. And then if you flip your palms downward and hold on to the block, make like L's with your index fingers and your thumbs, hold the block, and try to roll your forearms more downward and try to get more thumb, more base of thumb, more index finger knuckle. Take one more breath. Everything down. So, well, hips to the floor, legs to the floor. You might keep your toes curled under. You've got your elbows right there under your shoulders, like Sphinx pose. So pull a little bit forward. That feels okay on your back. Lift your knees, affirm your butt. Chest forward, Sphinx. And relax your face. Shoulder blades, pull back, shoulder blades. One more breath. Good. Send block out. Bring your head to the floor, onto your hands or to the mat. Bring your arms down by your sides and relax your toes back. And take another breath or two. Rest here. Another breath or two. Okay, bring palms next to your chest. Do that close rib, palms down, push the floor, neck long. All fours. And then let's find a supported seated twist. A little bit like we did last night. If you have a bolster or if you have two blankets that you could fold up long in a long strip of folded blanket, or if you have a couple of blocks, one block behind you for your hand and one block to sit on. So you want something that just raises you up a little bit, gives you a few inches of height underneath your hips. Your feet stand in close to your prop. So the arm that's going to go back first, let's take that arm up, left arm. And if you don't have stuff, right, you're just doing your plane on the floor, seated with, maybe you're doing this thing that you would normally do without props. If you have props, come in close with your feet. Let's take left arm up, rotate back onto the block. Right arm, cross. See if this just doesn't help you to feel a little bit taller. I feel like I can let my shoulders be more down. My shoulders can be dropped. My neck feels a little bit longer. I feel like I have space to be a little bit taller in the twist. And then when I have more length in the twist, I have more space around which to rotate the spine. Giving ourselves a little stool. Exhale. Forward, right? Take a breath. And we'll take right arm up. Left elbow, right knee. Exhale, take one more full breath in and out here. Good, okay, so props aside. Come to your back. Save all of that nice lying down on your back work for knee. See how that makes you feel afterward, in the moment and afterward. Let's take another breath here. And let's bring both feet up onto the mat as wide as the mat and away from the backs of your hips. Make some space. Drop those knees to the right. If you want to, you could just like do the motion, just like don't work, don't apply any effort, just let the legs come up, let the legs fall under their own weight to one side, and just be with whatever sensation that produces, stretch-wise, outer hip. A little bit of twist in the spine, a little arch in your low back, but you're not kind of forcing it into anything more than that unless you want to. Just want to push the inner edge of the back foot. Just a little more arch in your spine, but make sure that feels comfortable for you. A little more kind of opening in the front of the hip crease, lengthening there. Just as much effort as feels right for your body tonight. Oh, tiny bit. The giggly brain girl in the bathtub. Come up, go side to side here. Once more to each side. Good. And then heels out, legs long. And then bring your feet in close to stand. Lengthen, pick up your hips and just lengthen the whole mid, low back of your sacrum. And then bring your knees in toward your chest. And then bring your hands together behind your head. Interlace your fingers together behind your head. Push your elbows into the floor. Feel a little flexion in your upper back. Maybe tilt your chin back just a bit. And then exhale, pull elbows in. And gather the weight of your head up and forward. Elbows toward your knees. And then feet to the floor, spine to the floor, head to the floor. Elbows press down. Good. And then come up again, knees to elbows. Slowly release. Exhale. Let's do one more. Feet to the floor, and let the arms go. Rest your arms by your sides. Pause in the breath here for a moment. Okay, hands behind your head one more time. Interlace fingers behind your head. Press palms behind your head. You're going to exhale, bring elbows in, lift head, right elbow, left knee. And keep the other foot on the floor. If you want to feel a little bit more in the belly, you can extend and pick up that opposite leg. Okay, both feet to the floor, head, arms, shoulders, elbows to the floor. Exhale, elbows in, Curl the head up, left elbow, right knee. Optional extended left leg. Feet to the floor, head to the floor, arms to the floor. Twice more to each side. Inhale to release, exhale to come up. Good. Last one. Good, and then so let go of your head, bring your arms down alongside you, bring your legs out long. Okay, and then let's take a real easy reclined spinal twist. So whatever you normally like to do with your legs, reclined spinal twist. We've been doing a lot of this like alternate cross of knee and kind of letting the knees fall to that same side with the top leg. You can do that and stay in the twist if you like. It's a bit intense. It's a bit of intensity, but prop it up if you have some props. To put a prop under the bottom leg. So you take a little bit of that intensity away, or prop a block there, foam block there if you like, right? Or just be easy, just be minimal effort, right? Just stack one knee over the other knee. Let the legs fall one direction. So you could be a little more spacious in your breath, a little more at ease from head to toe. You could cross the top leg over the bottom leg. Just be in the right amount of effort and intensity of sensation that you want to feel. End of your practice, you want to be, a little moving toward a little more softness, a little more ease than effort. Five more breaths on this first side. And finish this breath, take one more breath on the side, and then we'll go the other way. Our breath tends to really slow down here. You lose count of your breath, just pick a number, finish, switch when you're ready to switch. It's Come up, knees to chest, go the other way with your legs. You can do the same position with your legs as the first side. You can always switch it up a little bit if you know, right, that you're tighter in one direction than the other. So that when you do the same thing with your legs on both sides, never feels exactly the same. One side's a little easier, one side's a little more spacious. One side is just kind of holding you maybe a little more bound, a little tighter. Very normal. Feel free to just slightly even modify either side. Take 5 more breaths on this side. Good. So when you're ready to come out, just bring knees into chest. Nose to your knees. Length up and down the back spine, posterior spine. And then let's take a Shavasana. I'm going to bring some supports, some props down for Shavasana. Go into this little block prop that we did restorative, but I've been kind of crossing it over into other classes. Bolster works very well here if you have a bolster. If you have a couple of blankets, put your couple of blankets down, lengthwise folding one on top of the other. Block in the middle. Bonus, if you have an additional blanket you could roll up, even an extra mat rolled up just to tuck in behind your low back is fine, would be fine. And then if you've got all the other stuff you could throw behind your knees, all of that, you could do that. This is just nice support, right, for the back of your head, base of your skull, right? When you lie back, your head is just naturally going to fall right onto the block. Look, there it is. Any setup with props here for Shavasana. Whatever you're just normally familiarly well comfortable with, you could go right there. You can just kind of subtly shift chin a little bit more toward chest. You get the kind of the edge of the block more into the base of the muscles, right, that sit right at the base of your skull, top of your neck, or you're comfortable with more of that whole flat edge of the block against the back of your head. Be there. And then rest. Nice. So let's take a couple of longer, deeper breaths here. And then just as you're ready, slowly bring your feet up to stand. Just take another breath. Come to your side. Maybe take your block with you if you're using the block. Rest your head, side of your head on the block for a breath. Press your way to a seat. When you have a lot of support built up, when you have a lot of height under your spine and your head pretty elevated, don't need to stay quite as long on your side. If you're super just flat on your back without any prop behind your head, take a few breaths on your side always. Close your practice here. So bring your palms together in front of your heart. Honor your time here. Honor your commitment to making time. Gratitude for the benefits of your practice. See them, acknowledge them, witness them, feel them over the next couple of days till you come back to your mat. Until then, thank you very much for your time. Namaste. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Shannon.
You're welcome, Bacon. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. I'm gonna go make risotto.
Ooh, yum.